So I know I said I want to make it a product video, but I'm really curious about the Duo. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, that's
Sure.
that's the newest.
Yeah, that's the new one,
right? Or
that's
the blister
the
with the
newest
pouch.
one, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So here's the big value add. So, we're the number one promoters of adherence pack. We want, adherence is the right thing to do. Medication compliance is the right thing to do. And while pouch kind of led the way, almost all pharmacies start out with blister packs because you can do that by hand, right? And everyone does a little bit. Now, it's a manual task. So what happens is you typically get north of 50 or to 100 patients. Then it's overwhelming. It's just too much work, right? You got people printing cards. You got pharmacists checking them. It's a manual process. Well, we had a solution for pouch, which is best in class, big, small machines, all you want. But they want to do blister and like to buy a whole nother dedicated machine for what might be just a niche. Maybe it's 100 or 200 patients. Some folks struggle with that. And then even if they did do it, like, okay, so just so I'm clear, I got to put inventory in 2 different machines with different formats. So the premise of the Duo was use that same core ATP pouch packaging chassis with the same inventory. And then instead of the pouch engine, which is at the bottom, which is where the pills go in the pouch and it gets printed, you can pull that chassis out. There's a drop chamber and a little robotic device in the middle now where you engage the blister counting. And literally it holds blister cards. And now the same device and the same inventory is just dropping into blister cards, about a card a minute. That card then moves left, exits the system to a manual sealing station, raises it up to a desk. So it's kind of a production environment, right? So we're printing out all the paperwork, printing out the seal. There's a little station where you kind of manually apply it, but that takes that same workflow and just says, if you're going to do your blister patients, do your 40 blister patients with this machine. Just pick some time to do that. Because most packaging it's pre-done before the patients walk in on pouch. It's very rare that you want to wait till Jeff walks in.
Right.
I know you're coming. The whole spirit of adherence packaging is I'm driving your medication pickup and regimen. I know what you're taking. So you're not going to surprise me. You come in, I'm running it in advance. Same thing with blister. So I tell you, there's a great speech that both Joe Moose and Bob Lilenek will say, I manage my patients now. I manage my production environment versus being a as you will service. What does the Duo now is run your pouches, now run your blisters. And it literally is a 2-minute changeover to pull out the one engine. There's a great video on their website that shows just how simple that process is. We just launched that maybe 4 months ago. It's now, we call it GA, which means engineers don't need to go to the install. It's ready to go. So it's an exciting new product.
And it's out there? I mean, somebody's using it today?
Yeah. It's almost double-digit installs. We're at some big places in long-term care, and now we're getting into some of the retail combo shops. As we all know, the lines of pharmacy, it's so hard. They're all blurring. Yeah. Everyone's doing a little bit of everything, right? I mean, we have dedicated long-term care teams and retail teams. I got both guys walking the same business. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Right.
He does both, right?
Yeah, and that's true because some homes will take the pouch packaging, but some of them still really want the blister packs. And the blister pack in that machine is multi-dose or single?
Oh, it's all multi-dose.
It's multi-dose. Okay.
Yep, multi-dose. So it fits better in that retail shop where, you're going to have a certain subset of patients that just want that blister card. And there's benefits of both modalities, but the right answer is, what does the patient want?
Right.
What's he going to stick with and what's he going to use? That's the answer.
Huh. Is one easier to open? Like for a retail patient, would the blister pack be easier to open than the pouch?
The blister pack is better for folks. I mean, pushing them out with your thumb, it's not that hard. Some folks struggle with, if you have the pouch, you got to have both hands and tear it open, right? So if you got really shaky hands, it might be easier to push the thumb to push pills out. Some folks like the ability of tearing off pouches and sticking them in your purse and your wallet, and then they're so small that no one sees or hears it. It's convenient. But then with blisters, some folks like to see all their pills for the month or the week. They like to see them, right? And it's a visual cue on where I'm at. Mm-hmm. And you can get there on pouches because it says what day and time you should be on. But some folks like that visual looking of, and even the caregivers, I like to see where mom and dad's at. And I can look at their card real quick. Good, they're on Tuesday. We're good to go.
Yeah, it's a quick glance to make sure you're kind of,
and it's been the standard of care for how many years, right? So like we said, the right answer is, what do they want?
What's some of the trends you're seeing in the community setting? Is it like what we're seeing, just from what I see, there's a trend to start pooling some resources, especially among your multi-site owners.
Centralization.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that used to be you used to think that was an operating process that was just for the big guys. And back in the day, it did, when software was site specific and it required millions and millions of dollars of investment. But No, we have several of our multi-store owners who are saying, I'm going to make one store my center of excellence for production, right? And I can have a low-cost environment. And I already have a couple robots, a couple pouch packagers. I'm just going to move them here. And now we have software that will let the 3 or 4 units kind of work in concert with each other.
Really?
Right? So instead of, it's a software we call Pivot. And essentially, let's say Pioneer's operating system, you send it across the job. And let's say I have 2 pouch packagers or 3 vial filling robots. The job will land there and the software will look at the devices and say, the best device to send this job to or this script because of wait times or what inventory is, that's machine 1. All right, we're going to send it over there. Hey, if you want to move inventory between the machines because they're smart canisters in the vial, go ahead and move them between. For pouch packagers, it would say, hey, this job came across my 2 machines. The best machine is machine A. Let's move a couple of canisters over so we never have to stop that device. But it takes it's air traffic control, Jeff, for the devices.
Right.
Versus just sending it across the job and I hope it's the right device and I hope it's ready. That's the wrong way of kind of looking at it.
Is that pretty new software?
It came in about 3 years ago, but it's evolved it's a really easy, steady platform to put in. And it's not a big lift for the team. It's really it's a central database that sits in front of the other devices. So you get a monitor screen. And most of it is after the first week, it's got algorithms that automatically makes a decision. So you're not sitting there moving job by job, but establishes the rules on, okay, I'm always going to go to this device if it has this. I'm going to pause if it has this. I can pull work back from that. And oh, by the way, instead of going to 4 devices to see what's inventory is in there now or what inventory has moved through those devices, it's one dashboard and one database that shows what's in all your automation. I promised I wouldn't do any shameless plugs, but you kind of led me into that.
No.
I'm sorry. I was just curious.
I was just trying to think through the workload.
Yeah.
I was just thinking through the workload balancing. It's really cool.
It's really an optimization thing, right? For those automation assets so that they're all working as efficient as possible, which goes to that whole centralization thing.